Might be go time today. Got the spray van hooked up, unhooked the Wilson. Got our burgundy Kenworth on the spray van. We tend the sprayer with this. Got a 3-inch pump. All of our chemicals are inside. 48102 van. Doing some maintenance on it. We had a couple low tires, and we're working on checking all the hubs for oil. Had one we're replacing here. You can see the wheel bearings on the semi. They cracked, so we're gonna replace that. Bad. We're putting our PTO pump on for our Kinsey 4900. Our Case 380 is not going to make it in time. We can't risk not being hooked up. So last year this tractor pulled this planter. It was on our spreader. We're going to get it all hooked up. Don't know that we plant corn. I also don't know that we don't plant corn. Keep getting rains, and they're not as advertised. There's supposed to be a lot more rain there. So we're going to get this all hooked up. Now the biggest pill of this is this PTO pump. And it's a finger biting heavy. Can't get in there. Challenging ordeal. First hot load of the year. Just got done filling the sprayer. We're going to do a little bean burn down. It's the end of the day, but we're going to just make sure that we're running good. And then tomorrow morning we're probably going to unleash the beast. We're going to do some spraying. Now we've got rain in the forecast here in a few days, so we're not going to get too wild, but we might stab a few beans in, get the corn planter out. It's time to start working the bugs out. Plant 2025 is basically here. Takes quite a bit of room to unfold 120 feet. Well, I don't know if that's going to clear or not. It's a lot of boom. Just spray this right here on the stone, just to make sure we're primed up. Okay, we've got our boom primed. We're going to head to the field. First tank of the year. Pretty excited about this. Probably going to have some bugs to work out, not going to lie. Usually the first day is not our favorite day. Usually about the third day is nice. But we're going to change that. We're going to go out and have a good tank, start the season. We'll take you guys along for the ride. Okay, we got everything loaded, and we're going to head to the field. Okay, we just pulled into our first field. It's a 60-acre field. We're running a 12-gallon per acre rate, and I have a 1,200-gallon sprayer. So I've got 100 acres in my tank each time I fill up. So we've got 100 acres on board. This is going to be the first 100 acres of the year. Let's go. Now I run 60 foot, so just my inner mast around the perimeter of everything so I can see the edge a little better. Then I'll come back around and unfold to 120 feet, my outer booms, and I'll run around the field again. A lot of maneuvering. We have mid-sized fields. We have some nice-sized fields, but we got a lot of mid-sized stuff. And a lot of maneuvering, but it wouldn't be fun if they were all flat, right? Now, I've been around the field 60 foot. I'm going to unfold to 120 feet, and we're going to run around the perimeter of the field again. And that's going to give us a nice buffer zone when we're coming up to our ends. I did my initial pass at 60 feet so that I'm more accurate. You're just not accurate at 120 feet. And the way this boom's designed, it's designed to absorb shock, and it's just not accurate when you're up close to things. So it's your best to do 60 feet and then come back at 120 and make you a nice boundary. Okay, you guys need to see what I'm looking at here. We're running a 12-gallon rate, and we're carrying around 15 to 16 miles an hour top speed. This is my NORAC. There's sensors on this boom, and this, when I turn this on, you can see the boom, it just sets to that level. I can set my heights. Now my heights change according to crop size or wind. A lot of times if you're running wind, you'll just drop your speed. You'll run a little less boom pressure and then also drop your boom. Those are 3 ways we can control drift. So we're out to 120 feet. I've got my NORAC on, so I know I'm not going to dip my boom. And I'm kind of on an angle here. I'm watching my screen, and just overlapping a little bit, my lights will pop on, and that's going to let me know that I'm overlapping with my boom just slightly. Section control on these are really good. They control our overlap. So I'm ahead to, just as long as I don't miss an area is the main concern, not missing anything. By the time you get this border done, it just gives you peace of mind. You got a lot of area there for drift if you did have an accident or anything, so you don't have to focus every time you're turning. You can really focus on your first pass there and make it right. Realistically, 60 feet, you're not going to get anything to drift past that, but by the time you come back around, it gives you plenty of room to turn. And also, you need the extra room on the end to turn because your boom's on the front, and you will outrun your rate controller. You're taking off and it's entering the zone, you're not up to speed, and you ramp your rate controller up and down, and you'll have areas in the field and you can tell that you just weren't right on rate. Anytime you can be smooth with transitions, you help your machine. You got to be in harmony with it. If you're taking off from a dead stop and just flipping the button, you're going to get what you asked for. Machine can't make up for everything. It's a little bit wet, and I'm in here going to be warning the planner guys not to be coming here anytime soon. So I tracked just a little bit there in the corner. I knew better. I never learn, I guess. We breezed right through that 60 acres. I'll reset my monitor. There's a farm across the road. It's an 80 acres. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We won't get it done because we've got 60 of our 100 already sprayed out. But we'll be able to get a good perimeter on it and have it set up, and we'll be back first thing in the morning for it to finish. And there it is. Boom, I'm just holding down on 2 buttons. It does make you hold those down, but holds very fast, and it's very accurate too. While we talk, we pulled all the way up, we're ready to go. Now we have to put it into road mode. There's a button. 20 miles an hour is top speed in the field, and on the road you have a higher top speed. Press of a button, it switches it over, and we're ready to go down the road. The negatives to the Hagie, it's hard to see out of when you go down the road. Boom's kind of in your way at all times, a lot of blind spots. So you take your time and always ease out, even if you know it's clear. I just take my time a little bit more with the Hagie. Now, we've talked in a previous video, Hagie doesn't have a brake pedal. So the only way I can slow down is with my handle or downshifting. So you kind of got to plan your routes. If you see you're going to stop, you're not going to stop very fast if you're going full speed. As long as you're aware of those things and then you operate it knowing that, works out good. I know the first time I unloaded one of these Hagies off a trailer and it doesn't have a brake pedal. Oh man, I drop off the trailer, go for the brakes, no pedal. I didn't like that feeling at first, so come to like it now. Been running a Hagie since 2010, so this will mark 15 years in a Hagie for me. Our old Hagie was an 05 and it had a 90 foot. I mean, that boom was bulletproof. I felt it was a very strong machine. I hope this one turns out just as good as it did. That machine left. We gave $100,000 for it. We ran it for 10 seasons and we got $75,000 out of it. So the Hagie, the old Hagie, really held a lot of value. Now this one, it's going to be a little more costly than that. We're not going to be able to run that cheap this time around, I'm sure. Now I got my buttons pushed, so I'm only 60 foot. And we're going to carry around that 20 pounds of nozzle pressure. Keeping my boom low. We are blowing towards the grass. Now from my experience, I know I'm plenty safe. You can draw a line pretty well with a sprayer. Don't want to get the boom in any of the trees. We're running 17.5 miles an hour. It doesn't seem faster, right? It seems fast. It doesn't sound fast. I don't know what it looks like to you, but it sure seems fast. The air ride on the Hagie ride's nice. It's got dual stage bags on the front, which was I think they added those in 2019, but I really like that. It helps when it lunges forward, when I stop in a corner. You know, all of my lines and corners I have to drive into the corner instead of pulling away from them like a rear boom. So that comes in handy. Now right here, we're coming up, and I know where my wind's out of. It's blowing away from the road. Yeehaw. Wind's blowing away from the ditch. Still run my boom low, just out of habit mainly, but you can run your boom quite a bit higher. Like that, not a problem. Oh, up 2 yards. Boom. Now, I usually will start to roll, get my boom pressure down, and I will just have the mast make that boom go to the ground. My opinion, that's just kind of, you've got boom in front because it folds back. Your outer booms do, as you can see, they fold in front of this boom. The combination of the two, when you drop it down, it helps keep the chemical from drifting because you drive up in your corners like I just did there. We won't have any issue. But it does take some practice with the mast and making sure that you're leveled out on your way up. I was doing that as we were doing the end row, so that when I drop, it drops nice and level, and boom, hit the button at the same time. My timing's a little off on that. Okay. Nope. Got grass right here. So. Woo! Whoop-de-doo. Without that app, spraying is no fun. The UAV forecast app has really been a game changer for our farm. I can't say that enough. The wind forecast from it's very accurate. I can count on, it'll say, hey, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to reach your 15 miles an hour you want to stop at. And you can just bet on that, if you plan your day around that, that's when you'll stop. That has really been handy. It's taken a lot of stress from the spraying. If I didn't have that app, it'd be hard to go back to the old way. Nothing around here that can be heard off target, so we're going to run our boom up. We're going to run the 17.5 miles an hour and run our nozzle pressure up. It's going to be around 40 psi or a little over, and that's at 17.5 miles an hour. Okay, we're running full to 120 feet, and we're going to take a nice long pass, 120 feet wide, 17.5 miles an hour, so hold on. Moving the boom up and down, sensing, my rate controller. Shows me I'm on target. We should be able to do some more of these tomorrow, get a few tanks out. This is going to seal up 100 acres. Didn't take long at all. That's the good thing about the sprayer and when things work. Usually first days are usually pretty tough. gallons left. We've run that out. Sprayed our first 100 acres of the season. That's going to do it. We're going to fold up and head back home. Start to refill, and then we're going to try this again tomorrow. Seems like I always want to duck. That's a good first day. All my math lines up, so our rate's right. I don't see issues with our boom. All my nozzles were running. I'll do a check for leaks, do a few things like that, but looks like we're ready to spray tomorrow for real. Heck yeah. Came back to pull the planter out, and there was a puddle of fuel under it. Had to do a quick patch, Brian did, and he got diesel fuel on him, so he went to clean that off. So our corn planting rig for 2025. We just put new tires on. Now they wanted $450 for a tire, and got to talking to Riley Park, which is a dealer of ours here in Greenfield, Indiana. And they had these recaps that they had, and they were like $200 some a piece. They weren't bad. Anyway, put 4 on. That way we're safer going down the road. This thing's plenty heavy when we got seed in. He's good about not filling it before he does road it, but I mean, let's face it, you end up with seed in the hoppers. Everything really checked out okay. This has been a really good, reliable planter. He's had a couple issues, but nothing major. Brennan got the DB folded up earlier, ready to go to the field. He put seed in, so it's ready. Night before the big dance. Brennan's got it all folded up, ready to go. DB60. He's ready to go to the field. I'm going to try to plant beans, corn today, and I sprayed yesterday. Going to do some more spraying today. Run unfold and get to it. We pulled into the 80 acres I was spraying last night. I think we've got an all-day spray day. Now I don't have enough manpower for my tender to follow me around. That's going to cost us a little time, but we're right on top of things. It's got its areas where it's a little soft. You know, you don't want to make tracks now because they show all year. fixing up another load. Kind of short on people, so got to come back to the farm. Brian's got the corn planter unfolded. There it is. It's going to plant today. Probably not a lot. There's 60 acres and an 80 that might plant, but beyond that, probably not a good idea. Mainly just getting some seed ran through it. Brendan's got the bean planter out right now. I seen he's running some, having issues already. Expect that, day one. Now I have a kill button up here for my pump. Tools on board. I climb down here, I'm gonna hook my hose. Run a 3-inch pump. My chemicals are in the trailer. So I'm gonna hook this hose up here. We got to put AMS in. It's easiest just do this up and over the top. Ball. See, it's just a full load to hit the road. Corn planter will be going to the field soon. Bean planter's acting up, which we expected. He got it unfolded, everything is working. He's going to be ready to go to the field here shortly. While those guys are doing that, we're going to continue to do our burn down. We don't have any wind today. It's a great spraying day. So we're going to keep to it. Just finished 65 acres. We're headed to the next field. Got a little update on the DB60. They found the seed disc wasn't in. We had one break, we took it out. He forgot to put it back in. Not a big deal. But some of the other issues I'm still getting updates on. But our DB60 is not planting as it should be. As expected. We're kind of disappointed in performance of it at times. We're going to get rain tomorrow, so if we get some of the bugs worked out today with the DB60, that'd be good. But so far, they're finding several bugs with it. So I'm getting towards the end of our first big spray day. There's rain on the radar, so I'm going to finish this tank out. Been spraying some of our rougher fields. And I'll take you on a little ride. This field's an 80 divided into 4 different fields. A little rougher, but it's close to home. I'll take you for a ride back here. It's a pretty wild ride. Our corn planter's running. Our bean planter, I believe Brendan's got an 80 and a 65 done. They had quite a few issues with it, but I think they've got some bugs worked out. With this rain coming possibly tonight, hopefully it's not a lot, but yeah, we could use some rain to fix a few things, I guess. This farm is extremely rough. Just have to slow down a little bit, take my time, not get the boom hung up in any trees. There's lots and lots of ways to tear something up in here. Gets a lot of erosion, so there's little washes, makes it rough. Just kind of a rough farm. Fields that we are planting corn in are pattern tiled, very well drained. The bean fields not so much. They hold a little water, but they're that darker soil, so they're a little more forgiving. We just can't afford not to have some beans in the ground. Getting a little bit later in the season. I mean, it's not late yet, but beans seem to like early, and
rains a couple more times, we're not going to have any real early beans that way. So glad to get some done today. Some burned down. Like this field's getting a little hairy, as we call it. You can see quite a bit of vegetation that needs killed, winter angels and whatnot. This farm has a stream going through the center. It's got a little bridge over that, but 4 fields and an 80-acre farm. It's not real efficient. Trying not to dip my boom, and trying not to get the sprayer will start to porpoise on these hills. So just kind of feathering in and out of my hydro handle, just keeping the machine happy. You can get it to where it just jerks back and forth, and you can't get it in those situations. It's hard on stuff. And it's easy to do in these hilly fields. Major elevation change here. So I've got to watch not to dip my boom. We're out here on the outside, out there. Here. And once again, when I'm hitting those, I kind of feather back on the hydro just a little bit. It takes a little of the, I call it porpoising out of it. I know the 90-foot boom you can drive very aggressively. The 120-foot boom's more of a finesse. You gotta just take your time and maneuver with it. You're maneuver with it a lot more, but when you do run, you're getting a lot done. Big hill. Pull into an 80 acres up here. It's got half-mile rows. I'm seeing some stuff on the radar, and I've got to have it sprayed out far in advance of the rain, so I can't be risking it. So I'm going to go over here to this 80 acres. It's got some half-mile rows. I'll be able to empty my tank pretty quick. It shows we've got a little under 500 gallons left, so it won't take long. We were in here 337 days ago. That's what the monitor says. We're at 60 foot. I've got my monitor set. We're going to rip through half a tank, or 450 gallons as quick as we can. Looks like it's really going to rain tonight, unfortunately. We're on the perimeter at 17 and a half. The wind is blowing towards us. I don't know if that's fast enough for you running right next to the road or not. I guess I can turn it up a little bit. 17 miles an hour that's plenty fast, and I don't like to run that fast in crop. Only for burn down when we've got threats of wind and rain. There's been years where there's not even a full week that is really viable to spray. The wind stays here. We do sneak tanks in the morning, sneak them at night, do things like that. Having the nighttime spray package on this is helpful. At 100 acres of tank, if I do a week of one extra tank for the week, that's 500 acres. Doesn't take much. That goes fast. Sounds like it anyway. It doesn't seem like it when you're in here sometimes, though. Pretty big hill right here. What it look like on the camera. Big hill. Yeah, I hear you. It's telling me it's empty. My belly's growling, it's empty. I guess it's time to quit. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.